crisis of 2008 and 2009 was a crisis of global systemic failure. It originated in the rich countries and inflicted wounds on developing countries. Chapter 18 of the book describes this in great detail. 3 years ago, the governments of the advanced countries and other members of the G20 took bold measures to avert another Great Depression. But the conclusion of the analysis in the chapter is that this has not been enough. The measures fell short of providing adequate and concerted fiscal stimulus to deal with the jobs crisis. Also, not enough has been done to deal with the more systemic problems in financial sectors and in the international monetary system. As a result, we're facing more financial turmoil today. And in many ways, the situation today is worse. The fragility in private financial markets has become intertwined with the public sector indebtedness, especially in Europe. Fears for public sector defaults are holding back growth. And premature fiscal austerity is making matters worse. Continued lax monetary policy perhaps helps postpone the sovereign debt crisis, but it's not helping to deal with the jobs crisis or get the economies going again. And in addition, it's causing collateral damage in the developing countries through volatile capital flows and commodity prices. So today, it's not so much that we're at the brink of a new crisis or a new recession, but rather the world economy is in relapse of the ills that caused the crisis of 2008. It's also suffering of the consequences of the poor medicine that was provided at the beginning of the 2008 crisis. The G20, that seemed to have emerged as a new type of holistic doctor, has lost all of its flair. In practice, the G20 members now are providing self-medication, and this seems not to be the right recipe. Rather, it seems to be a recipe for a prolonged crisis, for a chronic disease in the global economy. Even though the systemic problems are better recognized now, the mechanisms of global governance are not capable of dealing them at the moment. What then should be done? Well, the conclusions of chapter 18 in the book all stand up. You want to know what they are? I suggest you read the book The Financial Crisis and the Developing Countries.